Hello student, how are you today? I hope you are in good and healthy condition. So today we will learn about narrative text. However, before we learn about that topic, let me introduce myself. My name is Niputu Febrianti as a student PLP of the University of Mahasaraswati Denpasar in Senior High School Negeri 1 Ubud, especially in the 11th grade student. Okay, in this meeting we will learn about the first definition of narrative text. Second, the purpose and type of narrative text. Third, language feature and generic structure of narrative text. And the last, the example of narrative text. Okay, narrative text is a type of text that tell a chronological story in the past tense. Jadi, naratif teks itu adalah salah satu jenis teks yang menceritakan tentang sebuah cerita yang urut dalam kalimat lampau. Then, the purpose of narrative text. So, the purpose of narrative text is to entertain the readers through the amusing story. Jadi, tujuan dari naratif teks adalah untuk menghibur si pembaca dalam cerita yang menarik. Next is the type of narrative text. There are types of narrative text such as fairy tales. Fairy tales adalah cerita tentang peri atau dunia peri. And the second is mysteries. Jadi mysteries itu adalah cerita tentang misteri atau pemecahan sebuah masalah. The third, science fiction. Jadi science fiction itu berkaitan tentang ilmu, pengetahuan, dan teknologi yang melebihi kenyataan dan hanya ada di dalam cerita, bukan di dunia nyata. The fourth is romance. Jadi romance itu adalah cerita romantis antara sepasang insan manusia. The fifth is horror stories. Jadi cerita tentang hantu atau yang berkaitan dengan sesuatu yang menakutkan. The sixth is adventure stories. Adalah cerita tentang petualangan. The seven is fables, adalah cerita tentang karakter hewan-hewan. And the eight is folklore, atau myth, cerita yang menceritakan tentang mitos belaka dan tidak ada di dunia nyata. And the nine is legend. Legend adalah menceritakan asal-muasal sebuah tempat yang kebenaran masih belum bisa dipastikan. And the last is folktale. Folktale disebut juga dengan dongeng, adalah cerita yang penuh dengan khayalan atau fiksi yang tidak benar-benar terjadi di dunia nyata. Okay, next, Miss Febri will tell you about the language feature of narrative text. So, there are 6 language feature of narrative text such as using of action verb, using adverbs, adjective, and noun phrase, using past form, using conjunction, using reported speech. The last is using passive voice. Okay, next is about the generic structure. The first is orientation. It is about the opening paragraph where the characters of the story are introduced. For example, person, time, and place. Jadi di orientation itu adalah pengenalan tokoh, tempat, dan waktu kejadian sebuah cerita. The second is complication, where the problem in the story develop. Jadi di complication itu biasanya terjadi permasalahan mulai muncul dan sampai ke inti permasalahan. The third is resolution, where the problem in the story is solved. Jadi resolution itu adalah masalah mulai menemukan jalan keluar sampai benar-benar terselesaikan. And the last is reorientation. Reorientation is moral value or it is optional, can be added or not. Jadi reorientation itu berisi kondisi akhir sebuah cerita yang meliputi tokoh, tempat, dan waktu. Biasanya bagian ini bersifat opsional, artinya bisa ada dan bisa tidak dalam suatu cerita. Okay, the last is the example of narrative text.
This is a story about Malin Kundang. He was a boy from a very poor family who lived with his mom. His father is a sailor, but he had already died. Malin was a smart boy, but a bit naughty. He always chased a chicken and hit it with a broom and until one day he slipped off and hurt himself. The wound left a scar on his head. When Malin grew up, he decided to go to city, so one day he will become rich by the time he went back to the village. Malin's mother disagreed with his decision because he was the only one she had. But Malin had already made up his mind. His mother had no other choice but to let her only child go. Malin was traveling by sea, so he came along with one rich merchant. He was hoping to become one of his crew and learn from that merchant. Malin went to any place wherever the winds took him. Soon he will become a great successful man. Many years has passed since then. Malin has become a rich merchant because of his hard work and married the most beautiful girl in the world. And he had forgotten his mother as well as the village. On the other hand, Malin's mother was getting older. She missed her child so much that she had always waited for Malin's return at the harbor every day until one day there was a merchant who stopped by the village. She knew it was Malin the moment she saw him. What makes her so sure is because of the scar on his hand. But Malin denied her as his mother because Malin felt ashamed to his wife and the crew. Then he was gone. Malin's mother was really upset. Then she started to curse him. On his journey, Malin's ship began to shake, and soon it turned into a story. Until now.
After you watch the video, I will explain the example of narrative text is talking about Malin Kundang. It is kind of legend in narrative text. There are some analysis of generic structure in Malin Kundang. The first is orientation from the sentence, "This is a story about Malin Kundang," until the sentence, "The wound left a scar in his hand." The second is complication from the sentence, "When Malin Kundang grew up," until, "But Malin Kundang denied her or his mother because Malin felt ashamed to his wife and the crew. Then he was gone." And the third is resolution. From the sentence, Malin's mother was really upset, then she started to curse him. On his journey, Malin's ship began to shake and soon it turned into a stone until now. For the reorientation, there is no reorientation in Malin Kundang. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Stay healthy and have a nice day. Bye.